Welcome back to Crusader Kings 3. Today we're going to be carrying on with our Kingdom of Ireland playthrough. And at the end of the last episode, we did win the war with Wales. Of course, we had a holy war with the Kingdom of Wales. We've taken half of their territory along with their capital. And we now need to go ahead and dish this out because we are over our holdings by quite a bit. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 settlements here. And we are 5 over as well. So what I'm going to do is try and find someone who is Welsh. And we will go ahead and grant them these lands. I don't think we can actually sort by Welsh culture, can we? We can't. What we can do, though, is we can go for someone who isn't Anglo-Irish, and that could help out there. And then maybe if we sort by relevance, that could also do some good. Do we have any Welsh people? We should have a fair few. It would be nice if we could sort by specific culture. I don't think that's possible. At least I haven't seen it before. What we could do instead... here we go. Prince Cymwig here. He's Welsh. In fact, he has a claim on the Kingdom of Wales. So if we make him our vassal here, we could even go ahead and push his claim for the entire kingdom. And that way... but if we push his claim for the kingdom, he would become independent. So actually, that's quite useless. I just realised there. Let's go ahead and pop out this menu as well. I always forget to do that. Right. He's not really a good vassal either. I wonder, do we just go ahead and give it to one of my sons, maybe? All of this land. I could give it to my son and heir. He doesn't have any holdings right now. So we go ahead and grant him some titles. Maybe we could go ahead and give him all of these. Unfortunately, we can't give him all of these lands because he's not set to inherit them. He's set to inherit this, and that's all. So who is set to inherit this? Let's go ahead and just look at succession quickly. I think... Oh, my daughter is set to inherit some land. No, that's the Kingdom of Alba. I think it's just going to all of my other children here. Right, let's go ahead and look at our children. Who's going to be the best one to give this to? You are a man of learning. Maybe that's what we need in this time. You are Orthodox, though, rather than Irish Orthodox. So actually, let's not give it to him. You're Irish Orthodox. And I see you're arbitrary. You are content, which is good. Opinion of liege plus 20. I might actually, and you do have you are a skilled tactician. I might go ahead and grant it to this son here. So if we go ahead and click on all of these. There we go. We're going to go ahead and give him these 5 titles. And we're not going to find him a wife. He can go ahead and find a wife for himself there. Right, that sorts our domain limit out. Is there anything else we have? We can negotiate an alliance with our son. Let's do that. We can also change his contract. Okay, we're going to have to wait for it to unpause, though, because he's already negotiating the alliance with us. We could imprison her. What crime did you commit? You're an adulterer. That could be interesting. We'll have to leave that for now, though. Right, let's go ahead and look at any truces we have. How long is our truce with Wales? It ends in 5 years, so the 16th of December 1009. We could take maybe these Swedish lands, or we could even take some land for England. Let's see. If I was going to fight with England, I would probably go for Mercia, because just look at how much land we would take from them. They do have some allies now of East Anglia. However, we have the Byzantine Empire, who I don't think is in any wars right now, so they would bring 17,000 men. Maybe that's what we're going to do in this episode. Let's go ahead and wait for our units to replenish, though. And we also need to keep an eye on this. We do have a dangerous faction. Looks like Deban really wants the Irish crown, and he does actually have a lot of support from our other vassals. And we have dismissed our holy order now. Because we no longer need them in the war with Wales. Right. Greetings, my sensible liege. I'm honoured by your request, and I'll be glad to call you an ally. So that's our son there. He is now our ally. What we can now do is go ahead and just modify his contract. I think once he raises the control, we should get some more taxes and stuff. And what we need to do is get the Kingdom of Wales. Is it possible we can usurp the Principality of Gwynedd Hmm. However, what we really need is to usurp the Kingdom of Wales, isn't it? Um, However, we just don't own enough land. So what we're going to have to do is wait for that peace treaty to expire and then approach that. I think we could hold court in a moment. But first, one of my servants approaches me holding my petty King Dunmoth's spear in her hands. My liege, while I was cleaning the armory, I noticed that this here weapon has rusted away to almost nothing. What should we do with it? I looked the weapon over. With no amount of reforging could ever make it battle worthy again. It would be possible to clean it up and preserve it for display at only a marginal cost. 90 gold. No, it's too expensive because we currently are saving up to feudalize these two holdings, and we also need to form the kingdom and empire titles at some point in the future. So let's go ahead and leave that. We'll let the game just tick on for a moment. How close are they to sending an ultimatum? In 11 months. So we're going to go to war with England. We should probably do it soon. All of our bowmen are ready. If we start the war with England now, the Byzantines will already be here. So when my vassals rise up, the Byzantines will also be here right away. We can create some titles. These are just duchy titles. So let's not worry about that right now. What I am going to do is let's go ahead and declare another holy war with England, because we are going to take Mercia. That's a very nice chunk of land there. So I will declare the war. We have just enough piety, which is good. Irish insularist rulers may join the war. The problem here, can we still invite the Byzantines? If we can't invite the Byzantines, that's a bit of a problem, actually. Let's declare the war and hope that we can, because of course they are just Irish, they are Orthodox rather than Irish Orthodox. We can't invite him. However, we can invite the Byzantines. 750 prestige. Wow. I will go ahead and do that, though. I think that's going to be very beneficial for us. Let's go ahead and raise all of our armies. The Holy War is underway once again. We're also going to go ahead and raise this army as well. Let's go ahead and give them the appropriate commander. And we're going to move these guys down here just to reinforce the other ones. So once again, we're going to have a war-filled episode here. Greetings, High King First of Ireland. Of course, I shall join you in this war. Our foes shall learn to fear the men of the Byzantine Empire. Oh, that sounds scary, doesn't it? Excellent, there we go. So the Byzantines will join us. We have lost 10 opinion of Duke Mal here. Okay, interesting. To see what's happening there. Right, let's go into the war though. We've got to wait for these guys to march down. One of the peasant rabble has disbanded. However, the Irish insular populists have now risen up as well and are targeting me. We do have a lot of factions, don't we? That's the problem when you have so many cultures and religions. There's always going to be a lot of factions to worry about. We can declare more wars. I don't think now is the time. The twists and turns of fate have not always been to my advantage. God knows that I was cursed the day I met Amory. Today, however, that curse has been lifted. Fate has smiled upon me and brought that beguiling foptoodle to his grave. What? How did he die? Died of old age. He was 60. How old are we? We're 73. Our health is poor now, though. Oh, we need to hurry up and form that empire. Not one day too soon. Luckily, though, one of our rivals has died, which is always nice to see. And it does look like we have converted my granddaughter to witchcraft, so we can finally go ahead and show her our true self to her. And again, I'm not going to read out this one anymore because we've run out plenty of times. Do we have any other grandchildren we can convert? You're already a witch. Okay. What about you? You're also a witch as well, as are you. Right. You're a witch. You're dead. Drowned? Oh dear. That doesn't sound good, does it? Oh, that sounds brutal. Right, these guys are too old. You're already a witch. I think all of these are already witches. You're not a witch. Can we convert you? We cannot. I thought you were already a witch. Okay. You're not a witch yet. Let's go ahead and convert him. We can't convert him either. Why is that? I thought you guys were already witches. Interesting. These guys are already witches. It's not showing up here, though, which is interesting. I'm not quite sure why. Right. Have we run out of targets to convert to witchcraft? We may have, you know. Oh, no, wrong button there. Oh. Yeah, I think we might have run out of targets to convert to witchcraft. In that case, do we have any great-grandchildren, maybe? Not yet. Right, so we're going to have to hold off on the conversion here. What I'm going to do, though, is, meanwhile, let's go ahead and sway my my new spy master, because he's not the biggest fan of me, is he? So I don't want him to do anything that would be risky. What I'm also going to do is convert my wife. Let's go ahead and put her on chivalry. I always forget to do this. Actually, no, we can't do that. We desperately need her on managed domain, otherwise it puts us over our domain limit. Right, let's go ahead and unpause. We are ready to start the war again. What I'm going to do is let's go ahead and raid the capital of Mercia here. And we're really going to prioritize just trying to siege down all of the cities within Mercia. That should help a lot with the war. And the Byzantines are on their way as well. If we zoom out, we should see their armies somewhere. So it's probably going to take them a while to reach us. I imagine they're going to sail across the sea. But yes, it's probably going to be quite a while before we see those reinforcements. Right, the first sieges are underway. 17 months, 18 months. Oh wow, 6 months. What we really need, if we go over here to our men-at-arms, we could really do with some siege equipment maybe. They only cost 60 gold. What I might do is actually recruit a band of these. We could increase their size. Yeah, so you gotta spend money sometimes. So let's go ahead and recruit them. We're gonna have to give them time to replenish before we bring them to the war, but that should make any future fights much easier. In fact, what I might do is let's just go ahead and raise all here. We can bring at least some of them to the battle. If we go ahead and combine them with that army, that should help. Right, the Irish Insular Populace have disbanded. That's good. And we've also converted the faith in Oriel as well as the culture. So it is now Anglo-Irish and Irish Orthodox, which is very good to see. What I'm going to do now is also promote the culture in Ulster, and then we're also going to go ahead and convert the faith as well. That just means it should help with control and stuff, and once we feudalise them, things should be looking much better. Let's go ahead and unpause again. We have a war to fight against the English, and we're going to combine these two armies. There we go. That siege equipment has definitely helped, because now it's knocked it all the way down to 7 months. Do we have any more siege equipment yet? Not quite, I don't think. We're not replenishing any either. I think that's because I just raised them. Oh dear. Silly of me there. But the war's going good so far. The English are here. We've got to be careful of them. I think they're going to sail across to Dublin. In fact, it looks like they're going to siege down Wales. The good news here, we've already taken our first prisoners, and we can actually ransom them off for some money. So let's go ahead and do this, because we will desperately need money to avoid going bankrupt. Let's go ahead and take this army. We've got to be cautious of these men here, because there's a lot of them. So if we go eastwards and siege down Nottinghamshire, I always struggle to say that. That should be good for the war. Right, let's go ahead and ransom you as well. That's another 25 gold. War is definitely profitable if we can keep on taking these prisoners. And what's this? Ransom accepted. Low control in the earldom of Argyll. So lack of sheriffs for 10 years. That's not going to help things out. We're going to have to address that later on. Probably after the war we can address that. And yeah, look at this. 18 months to siege this down. We really need some more siege equipment by the looks of it. Our allies have arrived though. The Byzantines haven't sent everyone, but they have sent 4,000 men. Maybe they have another army coming, or maybe they didn't want to raise everyone, because it is very expensive. We now control Shropshire, so that's also given us some extra gold as well. Let's go down and take Warwickshire as well. the Byzantines sieging down this city as well. It's not inside Mercia, but it will still help the war score, so we can't complain. Ah, there we go. More Byzantines are now arriving via boat. So it does look like they've actually sent more men, which is very nice to see. This siege is almost complete. Just another 40 days there. So far, the war going very smoothly in our favour. If we can take Mercia, and there we go, even more Byzantines arrive now. We definitely have the numbers advantage, and I don't think it'll be too long before we win the war. We don't even have a commander for this. Let's go ahead and make you the commander then. Maybe... I wonder why. We have also caught some more prisoners, so let's go ahead and ransom them off. That's all looking good. We've won this siege as well, so let's go down here. You can siege down Leicestershire and Northamptonshire. It's all looking very good. Right, siege of Arb Tefi lost. So they've won a siege in Wales. That's fine. We're sieging much faster than they are. And we have earned ourselves some more gold. Let's earn another 25 gold like this as well. And of course, with every successful siege, we're taking more gold as well. England are basically funding our kingdom at the moment. My Chancellor Maximus has worked hard to convince our neighbouring realms and vassals that the peace treaty that entered with Queen Cicely of Wales is flawed, illegitimate and unfair to me. I am once again free to declare war upon her as I please. Oh, that's very good news. In fact... if we can wrap up this English war nice and fast, we might even be able to war Wales again in this episode and form that empire. Incredible work, Maximus. That's very nice to see. Wow, that's big news there. I wish this would stop popping up there. Right, we need some siege equipment. Did the Byzantines bring any siege equipment? They are sieging much faster than me, so it appears they may have. I have been studying the ancient religious texts and the writings of scholars, and they all seem to agree that the world will end 6,000 years after its creation. By my calculations, we are less than a century away. However, my archbishop urges me to keep it to myself, leave it to the clergy and avoid panic. What if your calculations are wrong? A reasonable point. I should consult more with. More priests. Let's go with this one. I think this one's very fitting. We do have another learning perk available, but of course we can't spend that because we've already maxed out our learning tree. Greetings, my sensible liege. I have arrived in Dublin to pay homage to you, glorious High King, as a show of my loyalty. I bring you rich gifts worthy of your majesty as a token of my goodwill and servitude. Let's go ahead and show in Princess Bodil at once. I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival of Princess Bodil, who is soon announced and ushered before me. She kneels in deference as attendants bring forth her gifts of coin and precious objects. The oath is taken and scribes record her pledges to serve the Kingdom of Ireland. At last I bid the Duchess arise, confirming my satisfaction and Bodil's rights to the land she rules in my stead. I accept your generous gifts. So we gain 80 gold, wow, as well as the prestige and renown, of course. But that 80 gold is huge. Thank you very much. That's going to go a long way. Gold is definitely starting to become much easier to come by, which is nice. Sadly, one of my prisoners has died. One less torture target there. Luckily, we're not very stressed at the moment, so it's not too important. Ah, and here it is. To the cocky High King Fursu, not even the King of Ireland. Wow. We will not stand for your vile oppression of good Norse-Irish insularists any longer. Our time is now at hand. With Saint Canic guiding us, we will rise up and free ourselves from your heretical rule. Wow. You want freedom? You shall have it in death. So the Cumbrian Irish insularist popularists are going to declare war on me, and it appears they are actually Norse. So there are still some Norse within the kingdom. We will have to go ahead and fight them, of course. Greetings, High King Fursu of Ireland. May your years be short and miserable. If it is war you want, then you shall have it. We will not let anybody stop us from forming a new realm for ourselves. Let's go ahead and rally the troops. Allies join war. Oh, look at all these pop-ups. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. It's kind of in the way at the moment. Duchess Cunigunda of Lothian and 2 other rulers joined the Norse Wait, they joined them? 6,000 men? Oh, they joined me. Okay. But 6,000... That's a lot. Byzantines, because you're over here, could you help us with the uprising as well? We knew it was coming, and lucky our allies are already here to help us deal with that. In fact, their main army is actually right next to the Byzantines. So we could fight them now. Let's also go ahead and call on our house member. I think, yeah, this is East Siak. So let's go ahead and call them to the war, even though we're fighting their liege at the moment as well. That should be beneficial. And I think we should probably go ahead and try and fight these men sooner rather than later, maybe. Greetings, High King Fursu of Ireland. Of course, I should join you in this war. Our foes shall learn to fear the men of the Byzantine Empire. Excellent. Very useful. And then East Siaks also joining us as well. Right. Call on house member? No, we can't do that, can we? The Byzantines do have a lot of men over here. Maybe they will start that battle alone. However, Ptolemy thinks they might not as well. Let's go ahead and bring this back up. I am inspecting the barracks infirmary when a severely injured soldier is brought in. He is losing too much blood. Where is the physician? The healer is nowhere to be found. A chill runs down my spine. I might be this man's only hope. Suddenly, as if he stepped out of thin air, my friend Elsage is at my side. He rolls up his sleeves and looks at me. This one, because we are sadistics, I feel like we should take this one. Let him bleed, he deserves no better. This does mean we're gonna leave this man to die. But we are sadistic, and our friend does lose some opinion of us. But yeah, we will go ahead and let him bleed out there. Oh dear. We do like to play to our character when we can, of course. What's happened here? Marshal impresses vassal. Reeve Earl gains 30 opinion of us for 5 years, and we gain some prestige thanks to my marshal. Very nice. She's doing a brilliant job for us there, which is good to see. Also, it's nice that we do have that equal gender law. You get a lot more variety going in court. Now, we have just won this siege. What I might do here, then, is bring our armies over this way, just in preparation, really, for some battles. Because we got the English over here, and we've also got the uprising, which we need to be really careful with. We've just won this siege as well. Let's go ahead and group our men together. The English are marching east, so we're going to have to consider what to do with them. In fact, I might even go into battle. However, really, our priority isn't them, but we need to deal with the English, otherwise we risk getting cut off. We do have some allies here. It does give us the advantage. Maybe these allies would join us as well. There we go. Our allies are marching with us. So we're going to fight the English on the battlefield. I did think about that one just a little bit more before we went ahead of that. And there we go. We've actually captured a prisoner there. 13 gold. I'll take it. It's not much, is it? What happened in this one? I don't think we just had one wounded. Our knight Duke Ivar was wounded, but other than that, a very good battle there for us. And now what we need to do is actually go ahead and deal with this situation. The Byzantines are here, so that should help us as well. My spy master has come to me with grave news. It is Cicely, the daughter of Queen Lowry of Wales, that is plotting against my archbishop. Oh, the vile fiend, how dare you. Unfortunately, that doesn't count as a crime, does it? Yeah, it doesn't. It's a little bit unfortunate. One thing I want to check. Did I change... Is witchcraft... Witchcraft is accepted. Okay. I just had to double check that. Of course, we did reform the religion. But sometimes I forget exactly what perks we picked. This should be a very easy battle for us here. I don't think we're even at risk of losing that one. And there we go. In fact, we've just ended both wars with one attack. How's that working out? Not quite sure. Sadly, our knight here was wounded in the battle. But let's go ahead and end the war with England first. To the miserable High King Fursu, may your years be short and miserable. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with demands. So be it. So we have gained control of Mercia, which is nice to see. And then if we go ahead and enforce our demands again against the Norse-Irish Insularist uprising. Greetings, High King Fursu of Ireland. Peace be with you. I know when I am defeated. It seems I am left with no choice but to comply with the demands. So be it. Right, let's go ahead and disband the armies. Look at that gold. Oh, it feels good. And we have actually just encountered a lot of new land. We can ransom him away for 100 gold. What I might do first, though, is torture him for uprising against me in the first place. So let's go ahead and torture him, and then we'll free him. We can't let him go so easily, can we? And England is looking very small at the moment. Right, we need to dish this land out to someone now. Do any of my children not have land yet? You don't have land. I'm a bit worried about you, though. But I will go ahead and give this son some land. So let's go ahead and grant him titles. I will go ahead and give you, basically, all of this. It's up to you to decide what you do with that afterwards. So is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I've given him extra stuff, have I not? I don't want to give him too much land, though. Let's go ahead and give him this. We'll give him Northamptonshire. We'll give him Leicestershire. And we'll go ahead and give him Nottinghamshire. And then maybe we give this to Maximus. So I will go ahead and grant him those titles. And then what we're also going to do here, if we go to my son and heir, I should be able to give you all of this, surely. I can't. I can give you 2 of these. So let's go ahead and land my son and heir. I know a lot of people don't like to do that, but it does feel right. I mean, he's 56. He should. He's old enough and responsible enough to do this, and we will negotiate that alliance as well. We do have this. What's succession looking like? I'm actually going to go ahead and grant you some land. If I give you these 3. There we go. So my granddaughter there as well can look after this, and that puts us back under the domain limit. Right. We can go ahead and change her contract as well. Of course, we do want the money. And now I think what we're going to do is we're going to wait for all of our men-at-arms to replenish, and then we're going to go to war with the Welsh again to take the rest of their land. Oh, the sweet kiss of the whip. It might look innocent, but it can separate flesh from bones just as well as any knife. A truth leader, Boimunda, is soon to experience. He will be sleeping on his stomach for quite some time. Ah, I could listen to his screams for hours. And we have dismissed the Holy Order once more. And now we've tortured him. Let's go ahead and ransom him as well. There we go. I think that's a double victory for us there. Right, let's go ahead and unpause the game. We would really like our onagers this time. In fact, in the next war, we might not even need our levies. We'll have to see. And we do have an alliance now with our son. Greetings, my sensible liege. I'm honoured by your request, and I'll be glad to call you an ally. Marvellous news indeed. That is marvellous news. Oh no, what's this? To my liege. The right to rule Island belongs to Desmond by divine right, and we have gathered the support required to make it so. Accept this fact peacefully, or we will make you do so by force. There's no way I'm giving up the Kingdom of Ireland again. I will not be threatened. So unfortunately, we have another war, and they do have 6,600 men. Oh, we might need to bring the Byzantines back. To my liege, your wicked deeds have gone unpunished for far too long. That changes today, for I have come to deliver holy retribution upon you. God have mercy on you, for I shall grant you none. Let's go ahead and rally the troops. We're desperately going to need to do that. And I think we will actually go ahead and call on our ally here, the Byzantines. We desperately need their help. And I think East Siax as well will also come and help us with that war. Sadly, though, I think that's where we're going to leave it today. If we go ahead and zoom out, Ireland is looking much bigger than when we left it last episode, which is good to see. We've got some good gold in the bank as well. Prestige is looking fine. Piety is a little low, but of course we are sadistic, and we have been declaring a lot of holy wars. And then we go ahead and look at this war. They do have the numbers advantage. Well, Actually, we do, it's just we haven't really got the men because we're still recovering from previous wars. But once the Byzantines join in, I think we should be able to stamp out this rebellion. And then after we've done that, we're going to go over after the remainder of Wales and then hopefully form the Irish Empire or the Anglo-Irish Empire. We'll have to think of a name. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching, guys, as always. I appreciate all the likes on the last episode too. But for me, that's it for today. I'll see you on Sunday with the next one. See you next time.